basic properties of charges, where I have told there are three basic properties. One is additive nature of charge, one is conservation of charge, and third one is quantization of charge. Now, additive nature of charge says that net charge on a body is the summation, algebraic addition of individual charges. 2q, 6q, 8q, minus 5q, minus 8q, minus 10q. If you do an algebraic addition, you will be getting the total charge, because charge is scalar quantity and scalar quantities are added by algebraic addition. Because if it is vector quantity, you have to use vector laws of addition. So, charges are scalar and that is why they are added by algebraic addition. Second property was conservation of charges. Conservation of charge says that charge you cannot create, you cannot destroy, you can just transfer charge from one body to another body. Suppose you have uncharged body, you have a charged body. You bring a charged body in contact with an uncharged body, then you will see a transfer of charge taking place based upon their sizes. If both bodies have same size, then whatever charge is there will be equally shared between the two bodies. If one body is having double the size, then the charge will be shared in 1:3 ratio, 1:2 ratio. So, based upon what is the size, the bodies will share the charges and they will have the respective amount of charge. One more thing I told you that day, if I remember, I talked about one series. Anybody remembers the name? Triboelectric series. Very good. Triboelectric series will help you to understand when you rub two bodies, which body gets positive, which body gets negative. So, it is not there in syllabus much, but you should have the knowledge about it. When I am rubbing ebonite rod or plastic rod with silk cloth, which will get positive, which will get negative, these things can be understood only by knowing the triboelectric series of materials, right. Next, I talked about quantization. Quantization is basically, it says that net charge, total charge on a body is integral multiple of basic elementary charge. From whatever we learned yesterday, that is last class, the most important topic was quantization only, because quantization helped you to understand Q is equal to NE and N will become equal to Q by E. N is an integer. So, if a charge is given to you, whether the charge is possible or not, you can check by dividing it with E, and if number comes a fraction, it is not possible. If the number comes an integer, it is possible. Another kind of question can be given as this much Coulomb of charge, how much charges are required to create this much Coulomb of charge? Same way, N is equal to Q by E, put Q divided by E, get the number of charges required. Another kind of question can come like, if suppose 1 glass of water is there, in that how much amount of positive charge is there? For that you have to use the mole concept and then solve and find how much amount of positive charge is there or negative charge is there. All these things we have learned till the previous class, and today we are going to start one of the very important topics. Today who is missing? They are missing something very important, because today we are going to learn about Coulomb's law, the backbone of this chapter. So, this chapter runs fully based upon electric field and electric force, and today we are going to start talking about electric force. So, give the heading as Coulomb's law. Give the heading as Coulomb's law. When I was teaching you 11 students gravitation, I told that gravitation chapter is 30 to 40% of 12th chapter 1 and chapter 2. If you are good in gravitation of 11th, automatically 30-40% of 12th you become good. Today we will start realizing it, because from today you are going to have very similar things that you learned in gravitation. For example, the first thing, the most important part of gravitation was Newton's law of gravitation, which said about force of attraction between two bodies. The Newton's law of gravitation says that every two bodies in the universe will attract each other by a force which is proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. F proportional to m1, m2, F inversely proportional to r square. So, F is proportional to m1, m2 by r square. So, F is equal to g m1, m2 by r square. Am I right? This was taught to you in gravitation chapter. Today, we are going to talk something very analogous to that, similar to that, where Mr. Coulomb, he said that the force of attraction or repulsion, see in the case of gravitation, we will have only attraction, but in the case of electrostatic, we can have attraction, we can have repulsion. If there are like charges, they will repel each other, unlike charges, they will attract each other. The force of attraction, suppose you have plus q and plus q, what will happen between them? Repulsion, because both are like, they will repel each other. If you have plus q and minus q, what will happen on them? They will get attracted because they are unlike charges. So, unlike charges attract each other and like charges repel each other. Now, we are going to talk about this force of attraction or repulsion. So, as per Coulomb, this force of attraction or repulsion is directly proportional to the product of their charges. In the case of gravitation, we had product of their masses. Here we have product of their charges. And this force of attraction or repulsion is inversely proportional to square of distance between them. So, one more important thing, this distance is center to center distance between them, not edge to edge, outer edge or inner edge. It is exactly from center to center distance. So, this was the statement of Coulomb. If I combine both, I get F is proportional to Q1 Q2 by R square, and if I want to remove proportionality, I have to add a constant, and that constant I am writing it as K, K Q1 Q2 by R square. Now, if you remember the gravitational law of attraction, I will give time for writing, guys, Niranjan, Aditya Raj, Veda Shinde, whoever is writing, I will give time for writing. Listening and understanding is more important, please pay attention in that. So, in the case of gravitational law, this question comes in the board exam also. In the case of gravitational law, this constant had a name, it was called as universal gravitational constant. You remember? Universal gravitational constant, its value was 6.67 10 to the power minus 11. If you are on Earth, if you are on Mars, if you are on some other galaxy, anywhere in the universe, G will not change. That is why it is called as universal gravitational constant. But this K is not like that. This K is the constant that depends upon the medium where the charge is kept. So, the value of K experimentally is found to be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, where epsilon naught is called as permittivity, permittivity of free space. Now, permittivity, as the name says, permission. Permission given by whom? Permission given by the medium. For what? For the interaction between the charges. So, how much charges are going to interact, that is purely depending upon which medium they are kept, which was not there in the case of gravitation. Two bodies, whether they are in vacuum, they are in water, they are in alcohol, they are in oil, or they are anywhere, the force of attraction was always same. But here, two charges in air, in water, in oil, in some other liquid, their force will be different, because this force is medium dependent force. If the question is asked on which factors the force of attraction or repulsion depends between two charges, you should not only write the magnitude of charge and distance, you should also write medium. There are three factors. One is magnitude of charges, second is distance between them, third is medium in which the charges are placed. Are you getting? This value epsilon naught is for free space, that is vacuum, and its value is a constant, its value is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12. You can find the unit of it very easily, because F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. So, epsilon naught will become equal to what? 1 by 4 pi F into Q1 Q2 by R square. So, you are going to get Coulomb square Newton minus 1 meter minus 2, isn't it? Coulomb square Newton minus 1 meter minus 2. This is the unit of permittivity. This question also has come in the board examination. What is the SI unit of permittivity? Answer is Coulomb square Newton minus 1 meter minus 2. Is it clear to you? Now, if I put this value here, 4 pi is 22 by 7 and epsilon naught is 8.85 10 to the power minus 12, and I solve, I will get this value as 10 to the power 9. This is the value of k. Now, what is the unit of k? We can find from here. K will become equal to Fr square by Q1 Q2. So, it will become Newton meter square Coulomb power minus 2. So, small k value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square Coulomb power minus 2, and the value of epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square Newton minus 1 meter power 2. Are you getting? I will talk further, but up to here is it clear? Sure?
Sir.
Please, Sharon.
Sir, you told that force is directly proportional to the product of charges. Does it necessarily mean that the product of charges should be only positive?
No, it can be negative also. See, if one charge is 2, another charge is minus 2, what will be the force? Minus, isn't it? 2 into minus 2 is how much, man? Minus 4, isn't it? So, you are asking about, okay, you have told magnitude of charges, so whether it affects the direction negative, you are asking that way. See, definitely minus just shows that the force is attractive. It has nothing to do with the magnitude of the force. It's not like negative means it is less force, positive is more force, no, nothing.
Not like that. Because you told that force is directly proportional to the product of the charges.
Yes.
Then I was about to ask whether supposedly means lesser product if the value of the product is lesser means lesser force associated. But can it only be positive or it can be negative?
It can be negative. Negative force indicates that they are attracting. Positive force indicates that they are repelling. But now when I talk about vector form, I will talk something else. I'll come to that. But before that, now you can understand, if the force value comes negative, how is it possible that it can come negative? Only possible if R cannot be negative. Only possible if one of the Q is negative. Because both are negative, it will become positive. Isn't it? So, if one of them is negative, only then the value can be negative. If one of them is negative and the F value is coming as negative, it indicates that one is positive, one is negative, right? What will happen between them? Attraction. So, we can say very boldly that if the force between the two charges is going to be positive, they are going to repel each other. If it is going to be negative, they are going to attract each other. Negative, negative, positive, 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 positive. Positive, negative only can give negative answer. Are you getting my point? Fine? Okay, so take 2 minutes of time, copy this fast from the board. Don't take more time, take 2 minutes of time, copy all the things in your notebook fast. What is your name? Dishita. Okay. Copied, can I proceed further? I hope you have copied. Shall I? Okay, I am going to the next page. Sharan Ram? Yes. Or some spaces here, I will write here itself. Now see, we came to know that if two charges are kept in free space, then the force of attraction or repulsion between them is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square, right. This is the force of attraction or repulsion between the charges when they are kept in free space or vacuum. Do you agree with me? Yes. What if they are kept in some medium? Now, epsilon naught was the permittivity of free space. If I keep in some medium which has a permittivity of epsilon, then the force on that medium, let it be F naught, will become equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon of that medium into q1 q2 by r square. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? If on free space the value of force is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square, then the force on them when they are kept in some medium will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon q1 q2 by r square. If I divide both, that is, if I do F naught by F, I get, you see what I will get, everything this will get cancelled and this will also get cancelled, it will get epsilon by epsilon naught. Do you agree with me? When I divide these two, this will fully get cancelled, 1 by 4 by 1 by 4 gets cancelled, this will go above, this will come down, so epsilon by epsilon naught. This epsilon by epsilon naught is called as epsilon r, or some books it is also called as K, kappa. Now it has a name. This is called as relative permittivity or dielectric constant, the name. This is called as dielectric constant and this is called as relative permittivity. Both are same. Both are absolutely same. Now please pay attention. From here again questions are coming in the examination. If they ask you, define relative permittivity. If the question is define relative permittivity, and if you try to say relative permittivity is defined as the ratio of permittivity of medium by permittivity of free space, 0 marks will be given to you. If the question is like define relative permittivity and you end up writing relative permittivity is defined as ratio of permittivity in the medium to permittivity in free space, 0 marks in board exam. You may say it is right only, no sir. Whenever the definition of dielectric constant or relative permittivity comes, you must write the answer in terms of force. The answer for this question is relative permittivity or dielectric constant is defined as ratio of force between two charges when they are kept in free space to when they are kept in some medium. I will repeat, relative permittivity or dielectric constant is defined as the ratio of the forces between two charges when they are kept in free space to when they are kept in the medium. That is how we define relative permittivity, never in terms of permittivity, always in terms of force. Is it clear to you? One more thing to understand from here. From here you also understand that this relative permittivity or K, if you multiply with epsilon naught, you get the permittivity of a medium, that is epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r, or I can write epsilon is equal to K into epsilon naught. Can I write like this? Both we can write. Numericals will come from here. What they will ask you, 2 Coulomb charge and 10 Coulomb charge are placed 10 centimeter apart in a medium whose dielectric constant is 2. Calculate the force of attraction or repulsion between them. So they will not give the value of epsilon to you. They will give the value of dielectric constant to you. you have to find the value of epsilon by multiplying it with permittivity of free space. Are you understanding my point? Epsilon will never be given in the question. They will only give relative permittivity or dielectric constant. When you multiply dielectric constant with absolute permittivity, or also called as permittivity of free space, it has a name, absolute permittivity, then you get the permittivity of that particular medium. Are you getting my point? If they give dielectric constant of oil is 1.55 and they ask you what is the permittivity of oil, it will be 1.55 times epsilon naught. Understanding? If yes, copy this extra thing what I have written now. Continue writing. Copy this thing about relative. You can give the heading as relative permittivity or dielectric constant. The heading for this topic is relative permittivity or dielectric constant. Relative permittivity or dielectric constant. And copy this fast. Yes.
Can you give the definition of relative permittivity again?
I'll give you. Have you copied everything else? Give me 2 minutes. Let's write. I'll tell the definition. Shall I give the permittivity? Right? Relative permittivity or dielectric constant. Relative permittivity or dielectric constant is defined as the ratio between two charges. The ratio of the force is defined as the ratio of the force between two charges when they are kept in free space, when they are kept in free space to TO2 to when they are kept in some medium, when they are kept in some medium. Clear? So I hope you are understanding that whenever dielectric constant is multiplied with absolute permittivity or permittivity of free space, you get the permittivity of a particular medium. Clear up to here? Next practice class, your worksheet will be filled of questions from here only. So understand these topics properly. Can I go to the next question? Next topic. Shall I? Yes. So now I hope everybody in the class, if you are good in basic mathematics, will solve any kind of question like 2 Coulomb charge, 8 Coulomb charge, placed 3 centimeter apart, find the force of repulsion or attraction between them. You can solve this question. What you will do? 9 into 10 power 9 times Q1 times Q2 divided by R square, going to give the answer. Or the question, if the question is given like the force of attraction between two charges is 20 Newton. If one charge is 2 Coulomb, what is the second charge if distance between them is 5 centimeter? You can solve. These things are basic mathematics question, not physics question. or if they give you the force between two charges, 2 Coulomb and 5 Coulomb, is so and so, what is the distance between them? You can solve. R is equal to K into Q1 Q2 by F root over, isn't it? These kind of questions will never come. Obviously, you are not in 6th standard to check your calculation skills, whether you can divide or multiply or not. That is another story, you don't know that. But they won't check your addition, multiplication, division knowledge. What they will check is the next thing. Give the heading as Coulomb's law in vector form. Coulomb's law vector form. Now, those who are not knowing vectors properly from 11th are not going to understand anything what I am going to teach from now. Sad reality. That's the reality. Because now the physics will start. Up to now, some theory things are going on. Now the real physics start. Today we will solve 3-4 questions on NCERT also, where they have used vectors. So if I ask you, very basic question I am asking you. If I am asking, there is a force of 10 Newton. There is another force of 20 Newton. And the angle between them is 30 degree. If I ask you, what is the magnitude of net force and what is its direction, can you find? I hope no one will say 30 Newton. Yes, so what you will do is, those who are knowing vectors, they will draw a line like this and they will write F resultant is equal to root of F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos theta. Am I right? Heard somewhere about this? Mr. Vaishnav Menon, knowing this formula? Not. What about Yashwant? No. Okay. Fortunately or unfortunately, you are in 12th now. Okay. Just understand that if there are two vector quantities which are separated by some angle theta, then the net of those two vector quantities is given by this formula, a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. So how we find the answer? We do like in this question, root over 20 square plus 10 square plus 2 into 10 into 20 into cos 30. I should have taken 60, easy. Okay, cos 30. Now what I will do? I will solve this after this basic mathematics. 400 plus 100 plus 400 cos 30 is how much? 2. Now solve this and get the answer. Okay, I took random value, so it's coming like that. I hope you are understanding this. This is the first step of this topic today. You should know how vectors are behaving. So if there is a point, if there is a force acting here 20 Newton, force acting in opposite direction 10 Newton, what is the net force? Which direction? Towards right. Okay, for this condition you not use vector. Here you use vector, here not use vector. 0 degree you will look. It is 180 degree, isn't it? Correct. So what will happen? The net force will be used, same thing we will use, F1 square, which is actually, let me write this as F1, let me write this as F2. So see what will happen? F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos how much? 180. What is cos 180 value? Very good, not knowing cos 180 value, sitting in 12th class. Cos 180 is 0, very good. Yes, Praveen, meet me after the class today. Cos 180 is 0, Shweta Shinde? -1. Actually, you are right. Fluke or not, I don't know, but you are right. Cos 180 is -1. So root over F1 square plus F2 square minus 2 F1 F2. Now what is this? A minus b the whole square. So it will become a root over F1 minus F2 the whole square. What is that? Root and square. So it will come as F1 minus F2. So automatically you got the value of net force as F1 minus F2, it will come at minus 10, minus 10 is opposite direction, isn't it? So actually we are using vectors there also, unknowingly. If I say there is a point, one force acting here 10 Newton, other acting here 20 Newton, you will say 30 instantly without minding out vectors. But actually you are minding vectors, you are not knowing. Once again, what will happen here? F1 is equal to F 20 square plus 10 square plus 2 into 20 into 10 to cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. So F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2, which will be F1 plus F2 the whole square, root over, cancels F1 plus F2. So in the case of parallel vectors and anti-parallel vectors, we are actually using vector laws, but result itself is coming A plus B and A minus B. So we are not minding it. Are you getting my point? But the moment you have separation of some theta, then it is mandatory to use. Here 20, 10, 30. But here can you say 20, 10, 30? No, we have to use vectors. Very basic I am teaching, man. It is all 11th topic, not in 12th. But before I talk about these things to you, if I start directly talking about vectors in electrostatics, you will confuse. So are you understanding what I am telling now? At least something? Okay. Now I said you before some time that don't expect in 12th standard the question to come like Q1 given, Q2 given, R given, find F. Never it will happen. This is what will happen. I will tell you what will happen. This will happen. Find the net force on this charge. For example, this is minus Q, this is plus Q, this is plus. This is simple question actually. This is simple question. Minus Q plus Q plus Q kept on the sides of an equilateral triangle. It means if it is L, this is L, this is L. If minus Q plus Q plus Q are placed on three vertices of an equilateral triangle, determine the net force on minus Q, that is on A, on B, on C separately. That is, they are asking you to find what is FA, what is FB, what is FC. This is the question. First question I will solve for you. You listen carefully, understand, then I will give next question to you to solve by yourself. Shall I solve it? Please pay attention, don't write anything now. Copying is least important, understanding is most important. So please focus on how I am solving this question. Whenever you are about to find the net force on any point, Kirti, I hope you are listening and not writing. Yes. What you are supposed to do, suppose I am starting with A, minus Q charge. This plus Q, whether minus Q will attract it or will be repelled by it? Attracted. So the force direction I will be giving towards it, right? Like this. This is F1. Same way, minus Q plus Q, whether it will be attracted or repelled? Attracted. So I will give towards it. How much? F2. I use the word equilateral triangle. What is the angles of equilateral triangle? 60, 60, 60. Very good. Thank you, Shivaranjani. So 60 degree. Right? Now, same thing what I did in the previous page came. I have two forces. Between them angle is 60 degree. What is the net force on this A? You can say, sir, it will be root over F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos 60 degree. So FA will become equal to root over. Before I solve this, I will tell one more thing to you. It will be simple to understand. What is the value of F1? For this question, what is the value of F1? K, Q, Q by L square. You may say, sir, minus is missing. Minus also should be there. You may say like that. But remember, whenever you are using vectors, very important thing, very, very important thing, I am assuring you, you will confuse it in it today, tomorrow and in the board exam also. If it becomes clear today, it is for 1 year validity. Okay? 21st is the first physics examination for 12th board people. Ask them, they will be having still confusion in this if they are not understanding. Those who are understanding, for them it is a very simple thing. But you don't go in the category of not understanding till the last. Make it clear today itself. Whenever we are dealing with vector quantities like forces or electric fields, we will not consider the negative sign. Why? Because we have already used negative sign to find a direction. How we are drawing this F1, F2? By negative only, no? If it would have been positive, we will draw like this arrow? No, we will draw in the other direction. So already negative has been used for finding the direction of the vectors. We should not use once again negative in this. Please understand this. When we are dealing with scalar quantities like electric potential energy, then we will be considering negative positive also. That is, if it is q and minus q, I am going to write, suppose potential energy is k q1 q2 by r, that is the formula you learned in the upcoming classes. So I will take k q minus q by L, because electric potential energy is scalar quantity. For scalar quantities, when you are finding the value, negative and positive should be properly considered. But when you are dealing with the vector quantities like electric field, electric force, you should not consider negative sign, because negative is already used for finding the direction. Understanding or not? Are you understanding? You will understand when the class goes further. Okay? So in this case it became k q square by L square, right? K q square by L square. What about F2? F2 you have, tell me fast. K q q by L square, same. Do you agree or not? K q square by L square, isn't it? Same. So F1, F2 both are same. Let me take it as F, this will also become F. Beginners, newcomers can even take k q square by L square and put here. But I want to save your time, and from beginning itself I want to make you feel that we can do it very simply. So I am saying if you take it as F, then it will become F square plus F square plus 2F square. What is cos 60? Sorry, 1 by 2. Cos 60 is 1 by 2, isn't it? 1 by 2. 2 gets, answer is root 3f square. So f on A will become equal to root 3 times of f. What is f? K q square by L square. Do you agree? F is, this is what we found, no? K q square by L square. So force on A came as root 3 into k q square by L square. Is it clear to you what I have done now? Okay, I will go one by one. Now I am going to find force on B. Be careful. This minus q will be attracting it. I am writing F1. This plus q will be repelling it. I am writing F2. Do you agree with me? What is the angle between them? 180, however, 120 degree. So what will be the net force? Net force on B will be root over F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos 120. My dear students, what is cos 120? Very good, minus 1 by 2. Cos 120 is the most common ratio in physics. Remember that. My words, remember. Many places cos 120 will be used. So cos 120 is minus 1 by 2. You can remember this itself. Anyhow. Now what is F1? Check from here F1. F1 will be K Q Q by L square. Same thing will come. What will be F2? F2 will be K Q Q by L square. Same thing will come. So once again I can take root over f square plus f square plus 2f square into minus 1 by minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 means it will become minus and by 2. 2 gets cancelled. F square gets cancelled. So root f square will become f. So fb is going to be equal to f, which is going to be equal to kq square by L. Simple. If you would have put here value of kq square by L square and solve, it will be little complex to solve. Since I took only f, simply without much moving of your pen, you are getting the answer. Or else you can put here f1 kq square by L square the whole square, f2 kq square by L square the whole square, 2 kq square by L square into cos 120. Then kq square by L square whole square will become k square q power 4 L power 4 plus k square q power 4 L power 4. It will itself make you think question is tough. So avoid those kind of heavy calculations. See what step I have taken. Next, Fc. Plus q will repel this plus q. Do you agree? This minus q will attract this. Do you agree? Once again, if I take this as f1, this as f2, 120, and exactly same what I have done for fb. Do you want to agree? f1 square plus f2 square plus 2 f1 f2 cos 120, f1 kq square by L square, f2 kq square by L square. When you solve, you are going to get same kq square by L square as fc also. Solved. 3-mark question in board examination. The same question is there in your NCERT book also. Example number 1.6. What I have solved now is the same example number 1.6, same values, minus q plus q plus q, L, L, L. I hope you're understanding. So don't confuse yourself. Make the question simple as I taught you. Is it clear? What doubt you have, Sharan Ram? Yes.
Told that for vector addition, we should not consider the
Negative, yes.
So that is why you didn't consider negative for B and C.
For?
Forces FB and FC.
Yes. Because I know that if they are repelling, it is happening because they both are positive. If they are attracting, it is happening because one is positive, one is negative. So I have used the negative and positive sign indirectly, not in the forces, but in the direction of forces. And that is the use of negative and positive sign, to find direction only. Are you getting? That is the reason. Those who are not understanding this, just remember that if vector, I am dealing with vector, I will not use negative positive. If I am dealing with scalar, I will use negative positive. Simple. Why are you making it complex? Okay. Done. Please copy this fast. Don't take much time. 2 minutes. Then I will give you one question. Yes.
Sir, but when we found the forces between that FA, FB and FC, only those are the net forces, or we need to calculate these and find.
Not required. See, whenever I talk about force, force should be on a particular charge. So on minus q, only these two can apply force. On this plus q, these two can apply force. On this plus q, these two can apply force. So there is nothing like net charge, net force on the body. It's not nothing like, we cannot say net force. We can say net force on a particular charge. We found that. But one thing we can say that summation of FA plus FB plus FC will be 0. I'll talk about that. First you copy this. I'll talk about that. That is going to Lemmy's theorem of 11th. Let me know if you are done. What is your name? Yuvashri. Yes, yes, yes. Forgetting every time.
Done, sir.
Done, Pratap?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 second. Let me give you a question. Everybody has it copied? Everybody is done? Yes.
Sir.
Yeah, then I'll give you a question. But before I give a question to you, let me tell one more thing to you. If the same question, they're asking you, prove that this condition, this system, obeys the Lami's theorem, or I can say that obeys the equilibrium of concurrent forces. Once again, 11th topic. Concurrent forces, equilibrium, Lami's theorem. You remember all these things? If there are multiple forces acting at a point, that is F1, in this case, this side what is acting? FC is acting, this side FB is acting, and downwards FA is acting, isn't it? See the diagram, FA downwards, FC this side, FB that side, isn't it? They may ask you, prove that these three forces are concurrent forces. Concurrent force means what, you know? FA plus FB plus FC should be 0. That is the meaning of concurrent force. That is FA vector plus FB plus FC should be equal to 0. How do you prove it? We can easily prove it. See how. Pay attention. Even those who are not knowing Lami's theorem can understand it if you are paying attention now. Yashwant, please listen. I will give time for writing. So you know that FC is acting at how much degrees from here? 60 degrees from here. So this is 60 degree, right? How much is this? 60 degree. Now those who know how to resolve the vector quantities, you can understand that this will become FC cos 60. This will also become FB cos 60. This will become FB sin 60, and this will also become FC sin 60. Do you agree with me? Now, what is sin 60? Root 3 by 2. Do you agree? And what is cos 60? FB and FC are same. FB and FC are same. So don't you think FB cos 60, FC cos 60 will cancel each other? This direction no force. Vertical direction downward is FA. FA is how much value? FA value is root 3 times F. Above let us see how much you are going to get. FB sin 60 means this is going to be sin 60 is root 3 by 2. So FB, which is F into root 3 by 2 plus F root 3 by 2. 2 root 3 F by 2. 2 gets cancelled. You are going to get how much? F root 3. Same thing. Cancel each other. Down, up, same force. They will also cancel each other. Over. Net force is 0. Are you getting what I did now? Pay attention. FB, I resolved in two components, sine and cos component. This is FB cos 60. This is FB sin 60. Same way FC, this side FC cos 60, that side FC sin 60. Now FB, FC, FA is root 3F, FA and FB and FC are F. So I am writing it as F root 3 by 2 plus F root 3 by 2. 2 times of F root 3 by 2 will become F root 3. So F root 3 and F root 3 will cancel each other. You are going to get no force on the point. So we can say that they are concurrent forces. Is it clear, Mithun?
Yes, sir.
Others, Pavitra, understanding what is happening?
Yes, sir.
I hope not too much of difficult things are there. Yes, Mr. Sharan.
Both the questions are like the questions are find the net forces.
Hmm.
To prove this one are given together means they can find.
Yeah, we can find.
Then what if only the question to prove that these are concurrent forces?
Then also you have to find F. Without finding F, you cannot solve. Because when you found only, we came to know this is angle, this is having same F values. How will you find? After not, if you are not finding FB, FC and FA values, you cannot say, you cannot prove this itself. So if they ask that proving, you have to go by this way only. No other way is there. Got my point? Because FB, FC are same. How you came to know? By solving this only you came to know. No? So you have to solve only. No other option you have. Got it? So can I go to the next page now? You want to copy something from here? Are you copying something from it? Take 2 minutes fast if you are copying. If you are copying this part, take 2 minutes. Don't take much time. And then I will give the next question to you. I am going to give a question for trial now. Shall I give the question? Take the question. All of you please take the question. Write it. I am dictating it. 4 charges. All of you please take the question fast. 4 charges plus Q, minus Q, minus Q, plus Q, minus Q, minus Q are placed at the corners A, B, C, D, are placed at the corners A, B, C, D of a square, of side A, of side small a. Calculate the net force, on a charge plus Q, on a charge capital Q, plus Q, it is capital Q, okay, plus Q, kept at the center of the square. Calculate the net force on a charge plus capital Q placed at the center of the square. Is the question clear? I have given the value of A, B, C, D charges, plus Q, minus Q, minus Q, and I am asking you to find what is the net force on the fifth charge, capital Q, where it is placed, center of the square. Can you try? Give a try. If you are not, I will help you. Don't take more time. 2-3 minutes you take and try. Give a try.
Sir,
Yes.
Would it be 0?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
I'll repeat, Shivaranjani. No, not 0. Solve, try. It may be 0
I have
also.
another doubt.
Yeah.
On which corners are the positive charges and negative charges on?
I have told A, B, C, D.
Okay,
So respectively, plus Q, A, plus
so
Q,
A and B will have positive charges.
yes, and C and D will have negative. Yes, Shivaranjani, the question is 4 charges plus Q, minus Q are placed on the corners A, B, C and D of a square of side A, that is small a, of side small a. Find the net force on charge. Find the net force on charge plus Q placed at the center of the square. Placed at the center of the square. Placed at the center of the square. They are not asking to find the force on this point, they are asking to find the force on center point. Mind that. Even the same thing you are doing for Zana. Even you, Abhinaya, she is a little fine. They are asking to find the force on the center, not the side. Most of you are doing the same thing. Mind that where they are asking you to find the force. Don't get confused and start finding for all the corners. They are asking only to find for the center charge. So think only about the force that can act on the center charge. I just gave you a hint. Solve. You got the answer? One second, I'll come and check what you have done. Yeah, first I will see what you have done. Show me that notebook. Many things you are not minded. First, you are not minded the distance between the side and the center. You took it as A itself. If A is the side, then its diagonal will be root 2A and half of diagonal, A by root 2. That you not mind it. Second thing, you are taking only one charge. What about this charge? What about this charge? There will be two forces acting in this direction, right? Good try, but you
We need to consider the force given by this one,
this
and this and
yeah, obviously. I'll help you. Anybody wants my help, or you can do by yourself? Do it. I'll definitely do it. Not in the examination, but I have made 4 charges. Okay? Side A, B, C, and D. Side length is A, isn't it? Now, they are telling a charge Q is placed at the center of the square. One thing is very sure, that this force, which is plus Q, this plus Q, this minus Q, and minus Q are going to exert different forces on this charge. Plus Q will give a repelling force in this direction. Do you agree? I am writing it as FA. Do you agree? FB will also give a repelling force because plus Q and plus Q. So FB. FC is negative. It will also attract it towards itself with what force? FC. And FD also will attract towards itself with what force? FD. So this side net force will be FB plus FD. This side net force will be FA plus FC. First you understand that. If you have doubt, I will not proceed further. I will repeat this. On the center, the charge Q, there are 4 forces going to act on this. Force given by this plus Q, this plus Q, this minus Q, this minus Q. This plus Q will give a repelling force on this. FA I am writing. This plus Q will once again give repelling force on, I hope you are getting why repelling, because plus plus will repel. This minus Q will attract it towards itself, I am writing like this, FC. And once again this minus Q will attract towards itself, FD. FA, FC, FB, FD. Net force in this direction is FB plus FD, because they are in same direction, we will add them. Net force in this direction is FC plus FA, because they are in same direction, we will add them. One more thing, to find the value of FA, FB, FC, FD, how will you find? FA will become equal to K, Q, Q by, yes, this is A, this is A. What will be the diagonal length?
A by
I am doing diagonal length, not the half of that. Root 2A. The full length will be root 2A, isn't it? This length will be root 2A. And half of that will be how much? Root 2A by 2, which is going to be A by root 2. Am I right? Am I right? Again I am repeating, if somebody is not understanding, you have to stop me and ask. That's why you are coming here. If you fail to understand here also, you don't want to join some other classes for understanding my class, right? Since you are not understanding school, you are coming here. If you don't understand here also, then will you join 3rd place for understanding my class? No, right? So understand now, not understanding, stop me. No problem in that. Sir, why? Sir, how? Again, I am ready. I am ready for a torture. For that only I am built. So please don't hesitate to ask me any doubt. Is this clear to everybody what I am doing now? Each distance between 2 charge has come A by root 2. How? I know some of you are still confused, but I am explaining once again. This is A, this is A. By Pythagoras theorem, this will be root over A square plus A square, which is root over 2A square, which will become root 2 into A. So half of this will be how much? Root 2A by 2. Root 2 will cancel this by root 2 times, it will become A by root 2. So A by root 2 is distance between each charges, right? Now KQQ by what is the distance? A by root 2 square. Do you agree? What will be FB? Same. What will be FC? Same. What will be FD? Same. Because KQQ, 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 KQQ by A by root 2 whole square, A by root 2 whole square, A by root 2 whole square, A by root 2 whole square. These questions are not designed to trouble you. That's why these kind of values are given, so that you can easily solve it. Now FA will be obviously equal to FB equal to FC equal to FD. Things become simple. I will write this as F itself. Now what I came to know, this direction F and F will become 2F. This direction F and F becomes 2F. What is the angle between them? 180. 90. Yeah, 4 parts, right? In a square, if you draw two diagonals, they will be 90, 90, 90, 90. 360, isn't it? So now what will be this net force on this charge? It will be root over 2F square plus 2F square plus 2 into 2F into 2F into cos 90. For your happiness, cos 90 is 0. This term will not be there. So it is going to become root over 2F square is how much? 4F square plus 4F square, which is root of 8F square. What is root 8? 2 root 2. So answer is going to be 2 root 2 times F. What is F? K small q capital Q by A by root 2 whole square. Solve further one step. It will become 2 root 2 KQQ by A square. Root 2 will become 2. It will become 4. Don't you agree? So answer is 4 root 2 KQQ by A square. Is it visible to everybody? I'll write it once again. Some of you are thinking, why is writing in one direction? F is equal to 4 root 2 K small q capital Q by A square. Yes, man?
Why aren't you taking it as Q square? Why are you writing it as Q capital Q?
Because this is given as small q, this is given as capital Q. The question says that. Okay? Otherwise, I have no problem in taking KQ square. Is it clear to everybody? Whatever we are doing today is kind of certain question for 3 mark in the board examination. So you are preparing for 3 mark question of board exam today. It will come in 5 mark, but one part of 5 mark. 5 mark will have 2 or 3 questions always. So one part will be this only. Today if you fail to understand, it's going to hit you badly. So today, please understand and go before the class gets over in half an hour. Half an hour more you have, become strong in this topic. If you are clear, copy it. Then I will give another question, obviously. Today is going to be this only. Mr. Devadarshan, in between you are offing your camera, going for tea or dinner itself.
Yes, yes.
Understanding what is happening, ma'am?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Next month test will be kept. We will know how much you are understanding. Okay. If there is any doubt, not only to Deva, everybody who is there in the online or offline setup, any doubt, stop and ask. I am repeating this. Don't go from here unlearned. You should learn and only go from here. That should be your target. If some of you are having doubts, please ask me. Show me the book. Shall I proceed for the next question?
Yes, sir.
Here, people, shall I? Yeah, I'll wait for a minute, make it fast. Sharan Ram, anyone next question? Take the question. If three charges, if three charges each of magnitude q, small q, yes, each of magnitude q, small q, is placed at the vertices of an equilateral triangle, at the vertices of an equilateral triangle of side length L, of side length L. Calculate side length L, small l. Calculate the net force, calculate the net force on a charge capital Q, on a charge capital Q placed at the centroid of this triangle, at the centroid of this triangle. In last 6 years, 2 times this question has come in the board examination. The same question, what I have given now. Very similar to this, little different but. Now those who are not knowing what a centroid is cannot solve this question.
I have a small doubt.
Ask me, man.
Magnitude Q, is it positive or negative, sir?
Positive.
Yes, sir.
All three are positive. Center also is positive.
Okay, sir.
Small q, small q, small q, capital Q, everything positive. For your information, please tell me.
How you got root 2 from this diagram?
Show me the pen, I'll tell you. See, in any square, this is A and this is A. What will this be? Root over A square plus A square. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Which will be root over 2A square. A square will come out, it will become A, it will become root 2 into A. And that is the full length, right? I want to find only half length because charge is kept here. So this will be divided by 2. So to root 2A divided by 2. Root 2 will cancel this 2 with the root 2 by 2.
Why you are dividing by 2?
Because I want to find only half length. So full thing is root 2A, half will be root 2A by 2.
Understood.
If I am having a 4 centimeter line, I will ask you what is the half of this. You will say 2. How would you 2?
By dividing.
By dividing by 2. Same thing I will divide by 2 for finding the half. Okay?
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Yes. Yes, for your reference, centroid is the point of the triangle where all the medians are intersecting. All the medians of a triangle where they are intersecting, that point is called as centroid of a triangle. Median are those lines which are drawn from the vertices which bisects the opposite side of the vertices. I gave a lot of hint to you, enough for solving. Waiting for me to solve, Mr. Raj? Yes, at least saying honestly. There are multiple ways you can solve this question actually. This is the question, right? Until you understand the centroid, how to find a centroidal distance, you will not be able to solve this question, because f is equal to kq by r square, but r is this distance. Until you know what is this distance, you cannot solve this question, isn't it? Now, the first challenge before starting the question is to find this distance correctly. Anybody got? Huh? Root 3
Sir, it's root 3 by 2L, sir.
root 3 by 2L, I think it sounds correct.
Sir, that one. From the midpoint of the third, the base to the height, that length is root 3.
Is it so? Then it's wrong. So let me check. Huh? What, Kavya? Be a little louder.
3 yes, sir.
3L.
3 yes, sir.
Oh, you're saying the answer?
Yes, sir.
Not required. You tell me the value of length first, this distance first. How much you took the distance as? Kavya, without this distance, you cannot solve this question. If you have tried to solve it, you have made some mistake.
Sir, root 3 yes, sir.
Root 3L. Root 3L means more than L. Think, Kavya, root 3L means 1.732L. So you are trying to say that this is more than this length. I don't agree with you. Check. Something you are saying, Leah Varshini.
Root 3 by 2 yes, sir.
Root 3 by 2L. Let us check many are saying the same answer.
Sir, the answer is 0, sir.
I don't want the answer, Pratap. I want the distance. You told root 3 by 2L.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me check. Anybody else? Let us check, let us check. I said there are multiple ways you can solve this. Now, can you please pay attention? You can solve in multiple ways. One way I will tell you. One way is take this triangle. Okay? In this triangle, this is L by 2. I told medians will bisect the side. Equilateral triangle. This angle will become 30 degree. It will bisect the angle also. So 30 degree L by 2. How much will be this distance? You can find by using which theta? Cos theta, isn't it? So cos 30 is equal to what by what? 2 divided by this distance. Let this distance be x. Do you agree? What is cos 30? Root 3 by 2 is equal to L by 2x. 2 gets cancelled. X will become equal to L by root 3. Pratap, your answer was wrong. X will...
But using Pythagoras theorem.
I'll do a Pythagoras theorem also. Why are you worrying? Okay. So you got L by root 3 as this distance. Now, as per Shivaranjani, I will use Pythagoras theorem. I hope you have used Pythagoras theorem for this triangle, bigger triangle, right? Yes, Shivaranjani, I know. So you have used like this as L, this as L by 2, this as root over L square plus, sorry, minus, no, minus L by 2 the whole square, right, Shivaranjani? Say yes or no something here.
Yes, sir.
L square minus L square by 4, which is going to give you 3L square by 4 root over, which is going to give you root 3L by 2, right? Shivaranjani?
Yes, sir.
And root 3L by 2 is the complete length. Am I right, Shivaranjani? Mr. Pratap, do you understand what mistake you have made?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Root 3 by 2L is the complete height. We don't want that. We want only centroidal distance. Board question, 3 mark. Are you waiting why it came in board? Because they know you will do mistake. And this is not something rocket science. A student of 10th standard can do this. Cos 30 he knows. Don't you agree with me? Do you think it is too tough to understand what I have done here? I don't think. Pythagoras theorem, if you use, yes, after this step, what you will do, you know? What you will do? This height will be 2 by 3rd of L. You know this or not? Centroidal height is 2 by 3rd of, this topmost point is 2 by 3rd, or down will be 1 by 3rd. This will be taken as 2 by 3 of what? This height, root 3 into L by 2. 2 gets cancelled, root 3 will make it root 3, once again you will get L by root 3, same as this. So if somebody is using Pythagoras theorem or Pythagoras theorem, whatever you call in your country, you are going to get same L by root 3 if you are considering 2 by 3rd logic. But yes, many of you say, I don't remember 2 by 3. Why are you using 2 by 3? Use this 30 degree L by 2 cos 30, get the answer over. Are you getting what is the distance? Everybody is clear with this? Nobody has doubt in this? Can I take it like that? If yes, then question is now became child's play. If you are knowing vectors. That is, this is L by root 3, L by root 3, L by root 3. Small q, small q, small q, grand Q. Now, you can remember and you can understand and you can relate that this Q will repel this Q will repel this, and this Q will repel this. Let me write the force names as if it is A, if it is B, if it is C, let this force be FA, let this force be FB, let this force be FC, but I need not to bother because FA, FB, FC will be same. K, Q, Q by L by root 3 square. Am I right? K, Q, Q by this is same, L by root 3, L by root 3, L by root 3. So, I am going to get FA same as FB, same as FC as how much? K, Q, small q, capital Q by L by root 3 square. If I write further, it will become 3K Q Q by L square. Do you agree with me? This is the value of F. Now, this FC, FB, both are having values of F, I am taking like that. And what is this angle between them? See this angle. This is 90, 30, 60, 60 to 120. So, once again angle became 120. I told you 120 is the most likable angle of the physics. So, now you are going to get this net force, I am naming it as FBC as root over F square plus 2F square cos 120. What is cos 120? Minus 1 by 2.
Minus 1 by 2.
Gets cancelled, F square gets cancelled, root F will become once again F, and FA is already F acting in opposite direction will cancel each other. Net force will be 0. Mr. Pratap, your answer was right, but you will not get the marks because your centroidal distance was wrong. One more thing I will tell you.
Understand, no, sir.
Yeah, I understand. One more thing I will tell you. Even if I would have not found the centroidal distance and just considered this to be x, this to be x, and this to be x, I will get the answer as 0 only, isn't it? Because I will write less k q q by x square. So, I am going to, anyhow I am going to get the answer as 0, it never matters what we found here. But you should not do like that, I am just telling you. You should not do like that in examination. In exam they are giving marks for this only. They are asking you to find this, and don't confuse yourself, avoid using this, which theorem? Your Pitha, Pytha, Patha, whatever theorem. Try to use basic trigonometry. You are in 12th now. Right? Simple. Any doubt? Once again, this question is from NCERT example. Exact example. No change of values. Same Q, capital QL. Okay? We are indirectly solving NCERT questions. Is it clear to you? Any doubt in this? I hope there is no doubt. Now, show me the book. I will assign some homework to you. All of you who are there in the online class and all of you who are there in offline class, please mark some questions from your NCERT book. We are in 12th class. We will definitely solve each and every example, each and every exercise question of NCERT, because NCERT is the Bible, the Gita, the Quran of your 12th standard. Believe me, don't play like 11th. 11th, I know many of you have not turned the page of NCERT itself. What, Shweta? Your book, have you solved all NCERT example questions? Not all here. I am not trying to teach or cheat me itself. Not all the examples, not all the exercise, definitely not. Some, I am not saying some, all. Nobody will be there in the class who has solved all exercise, all example question of NCERT. But all of you are in 12th standard. But here don't play that game. Solve each and every example, each and every NCERT exercise question. Every question literally I am saying. Take the homework. Homework is example. Many we did in the class itself. 1.1. Example first. 1.1, 1.3, 1.4, 5 and 6 we solved. Then come to exercise. Exercise 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. Yes, that's all. 1.1 to 1.6. And I have given 3 examples, right? 3 examples, 6 exercise question before next Tuesday comes. Next Tuesday you will have the practice class. Yesterday you had practice class, Alamil ma'am was there. She will be once again coming. I'll ask her to check your homework. Believe me, if you are following what I say for this 1 year, as I said on the first day, my guarantee is 95 plus. For the people who are obeying what I say. I know out of all of you, only 5 will do that. And those 5 will only go to 95 plus. And those others will be based upon how much you are obeying me. I am not simply joking, man, it's reality. If you obey each and everything what I give, and I am not giving something unachievable or something very harsh, very tough. 9 questions in 1 week. I am giving something big to you. No, right? Yesterday I gave 13 questions, right? 13, 14 questions were there in worksheet. What is there in that? Simple only it was. And ma'am would have helped you also. Ma'am was there with you, right? So this time, whatever practice faculties you are going to get, everybody is equal to us. So ma'am actually is equal to me, Alamilu ma'am, experience wise, everything wise. She is a physics major only. So you can clear all your doubts in the practice itself. And something you want beyond that and come to ask me, you can ask me, no problem in that. I am always available. If you want to come and learn from me also something, you can ask me beyond the class. But I believe that somebody who is attending the regular class properly, the practice class properly, sufficient for them to score good marks in their examination. Okay? And try to do good in your first exam itself in school, whether you are from Sriniketan, Velamal, Tiano, whichever school you belong to. Please try to score a good mark in your first exam itself, then only you will get the moral confidence to proceed further. Otherwise, if you get a low mark, then you get the discouragement in the first exam. That's why we started the batch very early. Usually the 12th batch will start only in the March. We are doing this batch from Feb 10 itself, isn't it? Because we want us to be in the same speed or little higher than your school. I have done today a lot of things. Now next class I will talk about electric field and then I will end a dipole. Okay, I will increase my speed slowly. I am going a little slow because you are all new to this 12th. I don't want you to dump too much things on one day. So I am going a little slowly and I am solving some questions in the class also. I could have not solved these questions today and I would have directly gone to the next topic. But I am solving some questions to make you comfortable. Are you getting? So again on this practice class day, the worksheet that will be given to you, that worksheet will be having entire questions from Coulomb's law, vector form. Okay, practice those questions and then come for next Wednesday's class. So once again I am repeating, those who are missing the class can watch the video whenever they want. If you want to revise also, you can watch the video for learning once again. That's why we are sending a link in the group. But don't be unprepared for the class. Is it clear? Okay guys, bye-bye. We will meet again on next Wednesday. Till then, take care, bye-bye. You can drop off, online people.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All of you can wait here, 1 second.